What's good, everybody? It's your boy D-Nice with I2G Hip Hop, back at it with another review. Today we're reviewing the new album from Vince Staples entitled Crybaby. Urge everyone like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is I2G Hip Hop. Letter I, number 2, letter G Hip Hop. You can also check out these reviews in the link section on the hip hop site illuminati2g.com. www.wordilluminati2g.com. Let's get right into it. Vince Staples has never been interested in giving the listeners the album they expect. From the futuristic, electronic textures of Big Fish Theory to the stark minimalism of Dark Times, Long Beach Rappers has consistently treated reinvention as part of his artistic DNA. With this new album, Crybaby, Staples takes another sharp left turn. His sixth studio album finds the rapper moving into a gritty world of live instrumentation, distorted guitars, post-punk energy, and rock-inspired arrangements. Beneath the sonic shift, the same Vince Staples remains. Extremely funny. I always said in another life, or I would love to even see possibly Vince Staples. I think he'd be a great stand-up comedian. Dude is funny as hell. But funny, brutally observant, and deeply suspicious of the American systems that repeatedly fail the people they claim to protect. Album's title is almost deceptively playful, though. Crybaby isn't an exercise in vulnerability in the traditional sense. Instead, Staples uses his phrase as a statement, examining a country where violence, racism, war, and exploitation have become so normalized that outrage itself can be dismissed as weakness. Track Blackberry Marmalade sets the tone with the aggressive guitar-driven backdrop. Staples' writing is as sharp as ever, turning images of American violence into something simultaneously absurd and terrifying. His delivery remains controlled, which only makes the chaos around him feel more unsettling. Go Go Gorilla is one of my favorite tracks and one of the stronger tracks on the album. Staples reflects on police violence and the experience being viewed as a threat before ever being treated as a person. The album's musical direction is most apparent on the track White Flag. The distorted production creates a sense of rebellion that feels perfectly aligned with Staples' message. Rather than simply rapping over rock instrumentation, he uses the genre's confrontational spirit as a part of the album's language. TV Guide continues that critique by turning his attention towards the media and the machinery that shapes public consciousness. One of the album's most memorable moments arises with the Big Bad Wolf, built around a playful but sinister interpretation of familiar childhood imagery. The song captures Staples at his best, clever, culturally aware, and capable of making a larger point without beating listeners over the head with it. The album's second half of the album is even more direct. Only in America confronts the contradictions of the American dream, while Do You Know the Devil and Cotton dig deeper into the country's history of racism and the way that history continues to shape the present. By the time 7 in the Morning closes the album, the record's tension has become almost impossible to ignore. I would say the biggest risk of the Crybaby album is also its greatest strength, the sound. The guitars, the live instrumentation, the punk-inspired energy make the album feel more immediate than some of Staples' previous work. Still, the musical shift ultimately works because Staples has never been an artist who treats genre boundaries as rules. The guitars don't make him less of a rapper. If anything, gives his writing a more volatile backdrop. In a year filled with artists searching for ways to make chaotic sense of the world, Vince Staples doesn't offer any easy answers. He simply points at the fire, turns up the guitars, and asks why everyone is acting like the smoke is normal. The result is an album that feels both immediate and historically conscious. Crybaby is about the present, but it understands that the present didn't appear out of nowhere. Out of 5, I would definitely say this is probably one of Vince Staples' best projects. This is personally not only for West Coast, but in the running for Album of the Year so far. I'll give this a solid 4.25 out of 5. Again, the instrumentation and the production might throw people off a little bit, It's not your what you would call a traditional West Coast hip hop album. I mean, people kind of the feel of the rock alternative beats might turn people off a little bit, but lyrically it's poignant. It's on point, and again, this is one of Vince Staples' best albums to date. Again, I2G Hip Hop on YouTube, letter I, number 2, letter G Hip Hop. You can also check this out, www.illuminati2g.com. There's a drop down menu. Look for the reviews section. You can also find this album in the reviews section as well. D Nice, I2G Hip Hop signing off. Peace.